Welcome everyone to another episode of the Warmup. I'm here with the guys as per usual. It's me, it's Chris Fury in the building. We got Reg, we got Kev RL, and we got Deuce. Say what's up to our fans, our audience, and our peoples, guys.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
It's a sad day for the state.
Hey, yo, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not having all this product placement. They're not paying us, dude. They're not paying us. So until then, in fact, you can take that hood off too while you're wearing.
You gonna blur it out? You gonna blur it out?
Yeah. Hey,
nah,
censorship.
Nothing out
Censorship.
Right here, we coming back. We
Hey, shout out to Atlanta.
Atlanta Braves, Falcons, stand up. So, alright, this is your first time rocking with us, man. This is a place where we talk about sports, current events, and everything else in between through the lens of black culture. We're here every Tuesday. We're dropping a new episode for you for the pod. Every other day in between, we give you some tidbits and things like that to kind of chew on until the next drop every Tuesday. We're here on, as you know, YouTube. Again, like, follow, or subscribe if you like it. Tell a friend. It helps us grow. It helps YouTube's algorithm, push us up a little bit further so we get more eyes on us, so we can become bigger and better and stronger and faster, and give you more stuff to rock with. If you're on the video side, check out the audio side. If you're on the audio side, check out the video side. So we all the major platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Deezer. Look, just go and search for us, man. We're there. The links are in the description box below. Also follow us on social media. We're here in the Discord. We're trying to make it a little bit look at a more communal thing, just making it happen there. Come in, joke, talk about your favorite teams, trash talk in a safe environment, unless you're Dallas Cowboys, because we're a little bit more rabid on you guys. But and also those Tuscaloosa, what do you call them, Alabama, anyways, they lost this week, and why are we talking about them?
Roll Tide, man. Hey, it's okay, man.
So yeah, man, come in,
we'll
and again, the link is on the page. It's also in the description box below. And yeah, man, that's a lot. Anything I missed?
Nah, you got the announcements, man.
Cool. All right, so let's jump right into this, man. The big main event that happened on Saturday night in Las Vegas T-Mobile Arena. We had the third installment of Dionte Wilder Tyson Fury fight matchup, whatever you want to call it. Two heavyweight champions who were undefeated prior to this, or been undefeated at some point in time, or majority of their career. They what was the first one? Wilder took the first one. Second one, Fury took the second one, and this is the third one. So it's kind of like a rubber band match, grudge match, something like that. And it was a very entertaining fight. Went to 11 rounds. I think I want to say 11 rounds, either 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. And man, it was a lot of highlights from the beginning, round 1 to round 3, round 4 to round 7 to round 9, 11. And we got the conclusion with Tyson Fury knocking out Dionte Wilder TKO with a strong right hook. Caught him slipping. And yeah, man, it was very eventful. I would have loved to have been there in person, but I'm broke, so therefore we gotta watch it by any means necessary. So anyways, let's just talk about it, man. Like I said, a really big fight. We haven't seen one of these major fights in a long time, since Tyson Fury 2. So I mean, let's just talk about it, man. What's your initial reactions, Deuce, man? What's your initial thoughts on the fight? How did you take it, man? What's your breakdown?
Hey, first of all, man, it was boxing for the fans. It was a spectacle. Both the gentlemen, they delivered. Wow, Fury. It was, like you said, one of the better matches I've seen in a long time. As far as the fighters themselves, they came back. They held court. I will say, I was talking about this a little bit in the precast. I'm hurt by Alabama's own Dionte, man. I think, and me and Reg were talking about it, it seemed as though for half the match he was fighting with one hand. Like, jab, jab, jab. I thought he was just trying to line up for that power hit. Like, he's trying to save the energy. Like it's a video game. He powered this thing up. Bloop, 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 bloop. Pow! And try to land him, right? I think the fourth round was his best round. We later found out from his trainer, Malik, that Wilder broke his hand. He broke his right hand. And all the analysts, from what I've seen, they all say Wilder's not technical. He's not a technical fighter. He makes a lot of mistakes, but he has this eraser. He can make mistakes round 1, 2, 3, 4. All he needs is 3-4 seconds. Wow. Don't matter. Game over. Tyson, on the other hand, for a big dude, Tyson was moving, man. He had the feet shuffling. He had the little head moving, man. You know what? He was on skates, man. Kind of like how I put Chris on skates in the basketball court sometimes, man.
Wow. We getting personal.
So now
I'm just saying.
Being fantastic.
He was looking like a Punch Out character. He was doing all the shuffling. He had it going on.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut my overview short right now, man. We can dig deeper. But,
so you gonna just end on a lie? Okay, go ahead.
On a lie? I don't know what she's talking about, man. He was bodying up Dionte like I body you up down in the post. That's why I could connect with Tyson, man. Like, oh, you got a little dude down there? Let me body him up. You know, same way I do you on the court, bro.
Wow. Hey man, how's your ankle doing, bro? Every time you be on the court, you come back injured. Oh man. Thigh contusion, hip flexor,
wow.
Like, bro,
but you out for like a couple of months though, right?
I was real personal. The fight about to start right now.
I was out for a couple of months because I had what do you call it? I had an inflamed knee that I was playing on, so it finally the swelling went away, so I just felt nothing but. Well, you know, when you're an athlete, such as Dionte Wilder, you know, you try to play through a lot of injuries, such as Dionte Wilder, and finish what you set out to do. You know what I mean? I wanted to continue to play. You know, when I roll my ankles, a lot of times, for the most part, I continue to play. It sucks afterwards, but you know, I do that. I don't know, like, you know, you get like fingernail gets a little hangy.
So all I'm hearing is that
like, I'm out.
Weak
I'm out.
ankles, weak
I'm
knees. But you know, it's not about you, Chris. You're trying to steal the shine again, man.
For real. So let's just say, real quick, sorry to interrupt, but we gonna sell tickets for Deuce Fury Bout 1 coming soon. Myself, but we gonna let Deuce get back on with the commentary.
Go ahead, man.
That's all I got for my overview right now, man. I don't want to ramble on. I save the rest for a little later on.
Wow. Okay. Thank you, Reg.
Okay, I would say, you know, I was really excited to hear about this fight. I saw the last fight, you know, live. You know, there was a lot of theatrics, behind the scenes stuff going on. Really happy to see these guys just focus on boxing, come in the ring and do what they do. I thought it was a great fight. You know, in round 3, Dionte got knocked down to the ground twice. And I felt like, you know, for a couple rounds, he was just kind of like, you know, looked like he was running maybe on CTE mode. Like, the man was just, you know, getting his bearings. But the funny thing about it is, throughout the fight, you would think, damn, Wilder's down bad, and he has a way of fighting on instinct. Like we said, he's not a very technical fighter. He wasn't getting a lot of hits in. He wasn't winning on the scorecards. But right when you get him down on the ropes and you try to be aggressive, and it might look like, oh man, Fury's not, you know, being aggressive, he would get hit with these hard punches, and he knocked him down himself in the 4th round.
Knocked him down twice
as well, right? Knocked him down twice in the 4th round. So even throughout the fight, moments where you thought, all right, it's up for Wilder, he would just come back with these hard hands. And I want to say around round 8 or 9, I noticed he kind of like, his punches kind of started losing their sting, and he was throwing less punches. And you know, we heard about the hand being broken, and I had a strong inclination that was going on. And to sum up the fight, Roy Jones Jr. said it best, like when they were like, oh man, Wilder's not in this, he's just like, hey, he's always one punch away. Like that is who Wilder is. We could, you know, break down what he didn't do in his game plan, what he should have did, could have did.
Yeah.
But you know, he could have very well ended it in that 4th round, and I think he did his best. I think it was a great fight. I know we're in meme culture. People gonna be like, oh, he lost twice and all this, but I think there's a bright future for Dionte Wilder in boxing. like maybe he won't be able to have Fury. It seems like maybe Fury has his number in a sort of way, but I think it was a great fight for both fighters, and I was really happy with how it came out.
Cool. All right, that's a good analysis, man. Not full of all that nonsense. Kev.
He said full of that nonsense.
Speaking truth,
Hey,
man. That's what people say.
Man, we ain't experts out here, so we just, we doing our best. But it was entertaining, man. Like, overview, tough. These guys are tough. I was just like, these guys are tough. Wilder and Fury, both of them. The fact that in the early on, I was for Wilder. Fury was doing this like bodying thing, grabbing Wilder, trying to disrupt his strategy. Wilder came out actually executing on what it looks like it was a strategy, jabbing at the body, all that good stuff. So I actually thought I was gonna see a very technical match, which I wasn't expecting. But all in all, it had a little bit of flair of technicality. It had some brawling here and there, knockdowns. We can't ask for no more than that. We had like five knockdowns total. It was just entertaining all around, man. But those guys are super tough. I wish Wilder could have come out and do a little bit more, but we talked about some circumstances with his hand and whatnot. But also saw some wild punches from him.
Yeah.
I wasn't really appreciating those.
Yeah.
And I keep looking at those numbers. They kept the live count, which I haven't noticed they've done that before. They had like the live count right next to the names.
First time for me too. I saw that, man.
And I was watching the count. I'm like, dude, you active. Your activity is like way up there. But why is Fury just like dominating you on the stats, just outlanding you? And Fury's barely doing anything, but whatever he is doing, he remind me of what's that dude name is, man? Anderson, slow-mo. Whereas
Cal Anderson.
yeah, it's like he looked like he's doing much, but man, he's doing a lot. And when he catches it, when he catch Wilder with those shots, it's shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Big blows, bro. The knockout, the first couple of knockouts, and then those last final knockouts, big shots.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it lasted that long, man. When I saw it was going to 11, because I watched the clip after, so I didn't see it live. So the clip already said 11 rounds, and I'm like, this is going to 11, and I'm watching Wilder getting like, yo,
Wilder, he was gassed, man.
He was gassed. I was like, how are you still going? How are you still moving? How are you still attacking? So his heart is definitely there. So like Red said, man, he has a future. Definitely, it ain't over. Fury probably has his number, but he got some other contenders out there he could show up for.
Hey, I want to ask Chris, what do you think about like his technique? Like how Kev talked about the technique. I like what he did in the first round, going for the body punches. But there was something about it I didn't like. But I want to know what you thought about his technique going into the match. That first round specifically.
Wilder. So yeah, I think he was trying to set the tone, and I did notice as soon as he came out, like he was throwing jabs and he was throwing body jabs, which is kind of uncommon, but okay, that's fine. He has to reach. He wants to stay outside of Tyson Fury's reach and capabilities, and kind of just stack him and kind of get him, off his rhythm or whatever, kind of jolt him a little bit. And also, I mean, body blows, we know that, like that's the game, right? That's how you attack a person's endurance and longevity in the ring. So I thought that was actually interesting. I was actually disappointed though that he decided to get away from that. He did it in the first round almost exclusively, like that was his game plan. You could tell that's what he wanted to do in the first quarter, right?
It confused Tyson. Tyson.
For a second, he was observing what was happening, and
he had a really strong first round.
Yeah, and then but like round 2 through 11. We didn't see that anymore. We saw a little bit, like glimpses here or there. Maybe like third round, he kind of came back and tried to go back towards it, but it wasn't as long and wasn't as prominent of controlling the match as we saw in the first round. So I thought that actually was a good idea to do that because it was helping to set the pace for the match. And at the end of the day, you need to plan for 12 rounds. Like you can shoot. If you get 3 rounds and go home early, cool, but you need to plan for 12 rounds. So I thought that's what he was trying to do, which was a little bit different from his previous 2 fights. So that was kind of my initial thoughts on it. But
I wonder about that one. I think what might have been the difference maker there is that weight. I think he weighed a lot and you almost like hitting a tire at that point. Like,
Yeah.
you getting the body shots in, but that's tiring throwing it there, and you're the effect that you're trying to have on somebody maybe that's closer to your weight. I don't think he was getting the effect that he wanted from it.
Yeah.
Fury caught on though. If y'all didn't notice, Fury started to block him, and after that is when I saw him go away from it. I even heard the commentator said, "Yeah, like it's looking like he knows what you're about to do now, so you're gonna have to change it up." I think he may have wanted to stick with it, but it's boxers in there, right? You all have a plan until
You get hit.
the plan get exposed. This plan got exposed, man, and Fury wasn't let that happen. He kept just leaning on him too. He's like, "Oh, you want to give me some body blows? I'm gonna just get close to you and just lean on
weight.
you."
Yep.
Yeah, he
Fury-
just leaned on him, man. That was
Fury got
annoying.
that weight.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised because the ref gave a pretty strong warning, and usually after a pretty strong warning, if you continue to see it, they call a penalty or call a point, and that never happened. So I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I feel like that first round, like you guys were saying, is good, but I know Kev talks about this sometimes too, like just energy management. I feel like round one, and Chris, kind of like what you say, you got to have a game plan for 12 rounds. Wilder was throwing power body punches, man. If you look at him, he's getting down and he's putting everything into these body punches so early into the match. I was like, you're gonna wear yourself out, man. And that's been the issue. At least, every match, your endurance, right? Because you're trying to put everything into these punches. You gotta warm it up, man. And I feel like that's where he got into trouble. Power punch with the body, and for whatever reason, his guard was always down low.
Yeah,
he didn't keep it high.
So there was one thing I was going to point out. Huh?
He got gas.
Yeah, I was going to mention that because the first thing you can kind of see as a telltale sign that the person's getting tired is their guard starts to drop. So it goes from here to here, like right under your chair, and or at by your side. And there was the first indication that I knew that Wilder was getting tired, and that was like in the round 5, round 6. I started to see his guard drop.
Yeah.
And then when I started to see his chin drop, see that's the second thing. When you start to see his chin drop, then Tyson was starting to hit him with uppercuts. Like he get inside, like they're kind of like
he's about like round 9, 10, 11. You kind
of get a couple of uppercuts. I was like, yo, you gotta keep your chin up. Can't keep your chin because, like you said, I think those are just natural signs of like wear and tear, or just being tired, fatigue, and things like that. So, I do think Wilder's a power puncher. He's like a Foreman. He's one of those Mike Tyson. Those are power punchers, so they can wear themselves out pretty easily. You hardly see them go 12 rounds, or when you do,
they're not looking for 12. They're looking for the knockouts.
Looking for a knockout, and the people who beat them are the ones who just let them tire themselves out. Yeah, they just kind of they box. They're like, oh, I got you, get you on the points. And I thought Tyson was going to win off of points, off of decision. I didn't know because Wilder was not falling as much as he looked like he was out of it, and you can see his eyes were looking ways.
He was.
Legs.
I was like, yo, you not falling?
He literally stopped moving. The legs were like just 2 dead legs, man.
They were just just moving around, man.
Which is what I thought it was interesting. I don't know how much of it was tired. He was definitely gassed, but I don't know how much of it was also him just being out of sorts, like just really these body blows. I mean, these hits to the head, because there was times where he was leaning on the ropes a little bit. He had his arm on the ropes, just like really just.
He was just trying to make it through the day.
Yeah, just trying to make it through, and those seems like his most dangerous moments, because you'll see Fury come in and try to get some, and he would throw together some hard counter punches. It was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like,
He tough, man.
Very, very good match. I think it's a classic match. Like, it was. Everybody enjoyed that. I think the fans won more than anybody else.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anybody was disappointed in the fight
results.
in terms of like what they saw. Maybe they didn't get the outcome they wanted, but in terms of like the fight itself, I think everybody was happy with what they saw.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, it was a great fight, and like I said, one of my favorites that I've seen in my lifetime, and I've seen a few. So what's next for Wilder? I mean, you see, he took the L twice. This is the only person who he lost to. The only person who I think knocked him down, actually, if I remember correctly. And we saw him kind of walk away. He didn't do anything respectful on the back end, like after the decision, after the TKO. So what's next for Dionte Wilder? Like, is he still going to get back into it? Like, as far as like trying to get back to that pinnacle again? What do y'all think is going to happen with Wilder after these series of events and this fight last night?
I think he could go two ways with it. I think he could double down on his current style, or he could just pick up a little bit of technique and just get a little bit of mastery of the both worlds and just keep picking new opponents and trying to climb his way back up to the top. Fury's good. I don't think he's gonna hold that spot forever. Like, tough chin, tough guy, a lot of weight though, so I don't know. It didn't seem like a lot of muscle, outwardly looking muscle. He kind of looked out of shape to me.
He's a fighter,
in some
man.
regards. Yeah, he's a fighter, he's a brawler, and it's tough because I don't watch heavyweight that much, so maybe that is also the class. You look into knockouts, we don't look at heavyweight fights to see, let's see the distance and all this other kind of stuff. That's usually your welterweights, your middleweights, and all that. So I don't foresee Fury holding that spot forever, so who knows who will get that spot. And I think Wilder maybe could have another shot. I don't think it's over for him at all.
Man, if you ask Fury, he said,
Yeah, I don't think it's over, but don't forget, man, Deontay Wilder's the older one. Deontay is 35. Fury's younger. And I think no matter what, man, Deontay took a lot of punishment in this trilogy. A lot of punishment. So I would hope that, I don't know who his next match is going to be, but his style needs to change, man. He needs to change. He needs to realize early on who he can use that eraser with and who he has to get technical with. And I hope that he gets, I don't know if his trainer's capable of doing that, if he needs to get another one, but he needs to start getting some tactics in there, man, because even from the beginning, Tyson, like we said, he was moving. I saw some shuffling of the feet. When Wilder tried to deliver those haymakers, I seen his head moving out the way, man.
Yeah.
When Tyson came at Wilder, he was just inhaling the punches. I thought Rocky turned black for a minute, man. Like, this looks like straight from a Rocky movie. Why is he doing this? Get out the way. And I hope his tactics change. That's what I want for a Wilder, man. Just to develop, like you said, develop the other side of the game, because you're on the tail end, like the latter half of your career at 35 in boxing. You got to get those vet moves, man. You can't always just erase people.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah, man, that's a true story, right? I was gonna say that's a true story right there. You gotta be able to get some more skills under your belt, especially as you get older, because you can't rely on that punching or erasing mistakes as you go on. Especially taking those punches he took, man.
Dude,
I don't know if it was all the way
good for you.
gas or what
can't be good for you.
Or what he had going on with his arms. Like, was it totally because he was gassed, or was he just not focused, or what was happening? I don't know, but he got to protect himself better, especially later on in the rounds. He got to move a little better in the ring. I felt like he was moving towards the right hand.
And the analysis was talking about that a lot too. He's stepping in the wrong direction. Like, you're putting yourself in the harm's way. Not just towards the rope, but he has the right hand. Like, he's stepping into it.
Yeah, I'm saying both. I was just
both at the same time. Putting yourself
in doing both things.
You don't have it. You're putting yourself in this position where you cut off. You don't have room to maneuver. It was a lot of bad foot movement.
Yeah, well, I know. I watched Tyson's hot boxing with him. Tyson and Tyson had the episode, right? And Tyson Fury said he noticed the match he lost against Dionte, the 12th round taught him something. He said when he started bullying them, because he knew he had lost the match, he was trying to get points, and he started having Dionte on his heels, moving backwards. He said he moved funny. It was awkward. He's not used. A bully is not used to backing up. He's just closing in, knocking him out. And he said that's what he learned that. He said Dionte never fixed that part of his game. So when Tyson bullies him, runs up on him, Dionte doesn't know how to backpedal. And it goes back to what you said in this match. He was backing up the wrong way. He never developed that part of his game because he's not used to that.
And I think his kind of mindset is like not only learning about how to back up, like he's usually the aggressor, so he's not used to it. He's just like, even if, all right, I'm gonna back up the wrong way, whatever the case is, I'm gonna eat the hit and just come back and be the aggressor. And just trying to win that way. Like, I may not be able to out technique you, but I feel like I outbrawl you, and that's the way he was trying to win it. And it almost worked. Who knows if he wasn't having a hand situation? Who knows? Because There's a couple times you thought, all right, it's over for him. He came back with these huge blows that Tyson looks like he could take a hit. But when that man went down in the 4th round, I was like, all right. I know, even though it doesn't look like you felt that.
Yeah. This guy looks like, I know you said, Reg, he can't be on top forever, but if you ask him, he's scared of anybody who comes in the ring with him. He's worried about the other guy. He feels as though like he can't be beaten right now, and
as you should.
But the dude, he reminds me of, like you mentioned, he wasn't physically outward looking like a physical, muscular guy. Those people are like sleepers. They get me nervous. I feel like they are the ones that have the most skill, or they're just very clever with however they maneuver their body and do what they do in whatever sport, whatever arena. And I feel like he's one of those guys. So I think anybody can have trouble with him, man. If he just seems like a natural fighter. Like, put me on the street, and I got you. He's a fighter.
For sure.
Yeah. So what do you guys think, man? Like, we all of us, like, really enjoyed this fight. I know that some of us seen plenty of fights throughout our lives, and we ain't boxing aficionados, but we do like to, we're casual fans. We like to watch fights and stuff like that. So what does this rank on you guys' top list, or does it rank at all on your top list of any kind of fight whatsoever? Just in your personal experience, what does this rank as an all-time fight for you?
I think it's a great trilogy. I don't know if I can rank it in terms of like, it's top 10. There's a lot of trilogies and a lot of matchups that we like over there. Triple G, Canelos. You got Mayweather versus whoever you want to put up there. Ricky like, you've beaten so many people. Mayweather, Pacquiao. There's so much build up for the fight, and then the fight came. Like,
it was a dud.
Matchups over there. Yeah, that one was a dud. Yeah. I think out of actual like trilogies, this is a good trilogy. I really enjoyed it. It had a good beginning, middle, end. Like, there was no duds in that fight. To me, I won't try and rank it historically, but it's up there. You could talk about what's his name, Tyson Evander. Like, a lot of bad blood, a lot of going into it, and then never know what's gonna happen, and just being surprised and enjoying it. So
yeah,
I like it. It's definitely up there.
Like, some of those fights I can't remember, man. I guess is like what's most present to me right now, and that's standing out as one of the best fights I've seen. It's hard, like Reg said, to rank it because it has so many good fights in the past. But this one really made me feel like I was watching a Rocky movie, like, straight up. Like,
yeah.
Boxing matches don't typically feel like a movie boxing match. Boxing matches in a movie are so much more entertaining. The blows, the hits, and all that other stuff. This had that. This had all that drama without the quick end as well. Without the he can't continue and end the match. It's like, they let him go.
No controversy. You can't say, they called it too soon. None of that.
None of that. It was just perfectly. Everybody did their job. It was done well. It was one of those fights I think I'm gonna remember for a long time until the next one. This one is gonna stick. This one's sticky, for very, very sticky.
I will say, for you saying like, ranking it with the older ones, it makes you think of the older ones. Like, it is a moment in boxing that we probably haven't seen in a while. I know there's a lot of celebrity boxing and a lot of this and a lot of that, but like it was actually brought you back to those big moments that Foreman versus Ali, Rumble in the Jungle. Like, it made you think of those big fights. Definitely made you think about them.
Yeah, no, I'm with you guys, man. It brings me back to when I was a kid and saw some of those matches, man. And, like, it seemed like every Sugar Ray match was like down to the wire, right? You already talked about Tyson and Evander. It's hard to rank, but I want to touch on something that Red said. This was an actual boxing match. All right. I like what Logan Paul, is it Jake?
Oh, yeah. Whatever. Both of them are boxing, so it don't matter.
Yeah, but one's really
all of them.
Yeah. Luke, I don't want to mess up his name.
Luke Cage
was the one that did the Woodley fight most recently.
Yes, him.
Yeah.
He has a lot of promise.
I think he's the better boxer too.
He's definitely the more skilled one. There's a lot of promise in him, but this was an actual boxing match where you saw tactics going in too. You saw, round and round change ups. You saw like endurance. You saw people like an indomitable will in both men. And that's what we watch this sport for, man. It's two men in the ring, mano y mano. There's nobody else. It's me and you. And who's gonna win?
And we saw real judges.
Yeah. And the fight counted. So I'm with you guys, man. It brings back like just that feeling from those old fights. So I can't rank it. I will say it's a good trilogy. There have been some trilogies that have been duds. At least one or two. This was a really good trilogy.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think about it. I agree with everything you guys are saying with respects to how it made you feel, because I think that's just kind of this was an epic ebb and flow of two giants going at it and just trying to see which one can impose the will on the other. Like it was that entertaining. This is the first time I've ever seen, and pay-per-view fights have always been like either really spectacular or mediocre, or they can also be some duds too, but somewhere between mediocre to being spectacular, especially for the heavyweight division. The thing is that we haven't really had many heavyweight like blockbuster opponents or contestants to actually get in the ring and fight at the pinnacle of their level or their career. And like I said, the last one I can think of was probably, Lennox Lewis versus Tyson. And Tyson was on his way down, right? But I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen 5 knockdowns. That's crazy. Like you may see 2 knockdowns and a decision. Like that's usually like the most you may get out of it. Or you may just get a knockout and just call it a day. Like you know what I mean?
The ref could. I think there was an order given to the ref. Bruh, you better not call this match.
Ain't no white flags.
No white
At the
flags.
same time, I felt like both guys, when they kept going and they allowed it to keep going, they showed that they could keep going to some degree.
Yeah.
I feel like Dionte, like I said, if you were being really and truly objective about it and studying the film, you'll be like, okay, this man just off of pure instinct, like pure instinct is up. But he's following the rules. He got his hands up. He's defending himself. He's doing the clinching. He's showing signs of awareness. But like, if you was really just looking, like that man was off of pure instinct, bro. That man was gone.
Yeah.
That man was gone before he was knocked. Before he hit the floor, that man Ben should have stopped fighting.
He was on borrowed time at that point.
Yeah.
You guys,
he's gonna stop it after that.
you guys ever took a hit? Like I've never taken a hit from a boxer. Thankfully, I don't ever plan on doing that.
I ain't taking a hit
school,
like that, period.
I'm taking some hits from some cats in school, man, and you get hit right here in the ear.
Oh,
bro,
that hurts.
You feel like you just got off of a
Yeah.
turn your whole life around, man. Whole life.
I ain't never had my clock clean like that, bro.
Ooh, I
Not
had
like
a
the way
clean
he
one.
got hit.
I like that.
I don't think I'll be here today if I got hit like that, to be honest.
Oh, no.
The man left his feet. That man big. That man not small. That man big. The man left his feet. Both of them times he got the bigger knockouts. It was like, oh, I'm out. Yeah.
And he was trying to and he got up still. After the ref stopped the fight, the dude got up at like the 7th count or whatever it was. And I'm like, yo, dude, no. Like,
Yo, this your third time. You can't do no more. Ain't no more.
but he went timber on that one. It was like, yo.
Yeah.
Boom.
That was
like, nah, man.
I think the man was off of pure instinct.
Yeah. So, but
that was survival instinct kicking in right there.
Yeah.
but that's crazy. Like I said, I don't even with the greats like I said, George Foreman, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson just knock you down the first round and go home and go, before bedtime. You know what I mean?
Were asleep. Them people were asleep.
And they were gone. They were
Yeah, they were asleep.
There's no coming back.
He tucked them in and then he went.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, but
I feel like in this case, in both cases, the 10 count was more to just, oh, okay, are you straight? Like you can even take more time than the 10 count. It wasn't like, when they're 10 and they wobbling, it was just like, okay, we did the 7, talk to me, hold up your hands, put it like, it was not a question of whether these guys could actually get up and continue fighting. Even like y'all said, even after that last big knockout, he could have, if you would have let him go, like they say, he got up. He would have went and continued fighting.
Yeah.
And got knocked back right down. He was
Yeah.
Yeah, with the quickness.
right back
But
on that mat.
his heart's big, man. Cause like I can't imagine Like even after the second match, bro, the way Tyson came at him, I can imagine just saying in my mind, okay, this dude gave it to me. I want to do another match with you, bro.
Yeah.
I want to go toe to toe with you again. Basketball, football is different. You put them hands on me.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, let's talk about it this time.
Bro. That man licks you on your ears.
I forgot about that.
But yeah,
man.
to be like I said, I think about it, man, and I've seen some good fights. Again, Manny Pacquiao to a lesser degree, but like my favorites growing up, man, Roy Jones Jr. Watching him fight, he done beat everyone in his class.
Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray. Obviously, like I said,
De La
Tyson.
Hoya.
Yeah, De La Hoya. I mean, even Evander. I mean, you gotta respect because Evander was a technician. No, so that was really
Y'all didn't call one of the most prominent names right there. The Klitschko
Sonny
brothers,
Liston.
man.
The Klitschko. I
Sonny
mean, even
Liston.
today, Canelo, Triple G, even today, you still got some guys
Triple
out
G.
there.
Triple G. Ooh, I like to see it. I like to see
Canelo
Triple
got
G.
the hot hand. Like he obviously walked away from that series the victor. So, but like Triple G, I liked a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a good one too, right? Because they did a trilogy on that one as well. But like,
Yeah.
you know,
Ricky
I said
Hatton.
when it comes down to it, to see everything you would want to see in a fight. Only thing you didn't see in the fight, I mean, that you didn't see was, you know, I don't know, like someone say some catchphrase, or on the back end of it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Everything else was there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Real talk. Was this not better than every Mayweather fight you ever watched?
No, hell no. Stop it.
Name one good Mayweather fight.
That's right where I was about to say it with y'all.
Okay.
The only thing missing from that fight was the technique. And that's why I'm typically not a heavyweight guy. I know everybody goes, so he's a runner, he's this, that, and the third. The object of the sport is to hit and not get hit. Mayweather's defense is immaculate. Counter punching is immaculate. Everything that everybody thought they got an answer to and they was gonna stop the man, shut down. You got Pacquiao out here talking about, I think I won the fight. He threw millions of punches, wasn't landing on shit but a shoulder. Like the technique on Mayweather's part is you roll that shoulder, you got that Philly shot, and that
Just keep it up.
Okay, but name a fight. Name a Mayweather fight. And I want to say Mayweather because he was boxing's savior for so many years, right? Before the celebrity boxing got in and drew attention back to the sport.
He started that too.
He did. Yeah. He was a visionary. But name a Mayweather match that had this much like excitement.
It depends on what you call excitement. Like, so from
the fact you had to say that.
You think of one more excitement than this one?
The fact that I had to say that because we could all watch a basketball game and be like, oh man, it was 150 to 135 and there was no defense.
No, for
some
you.
people are gonna be like, yeah, for some people.
For you, which one was more exciting though? For you, can you think of one that was more exciting?
I still think all of Mayweather's fight were exciting to me. Like I
can't name one. That's the thing. The only reason I'm rocking with you on this one, dude, because I literally can't name one that was more exciting. And the fact that I can't name it.
There was no.
I can't name it.
Hey, to me, it's like Warriors. There's no trilogies. There was no, oh my God, da da da. It was
Reg.
You're right.
The goalposts. I just asked for one fight. I didn't say a trilogy, brother. Just said one fight.
No, but here's the thing. You're saying one fight that's more exciting. I'm saying the excitement for me when it comes to Mayweather is not about how close the fight was. It's about how Mayweather executed.
But just name the fight though. You don't have to. You have to tell us what you used to criteria.
You say Mayweather Pacquiao. You can say I'm just saying. But we're never gonna match because what you're calling is excitement is like Mayweather was like, F it, I'm gonna put my hands down and we're just gonna brawl it out. You're not gonna see that in a Mayweather fight, so you can't compare. That's not. You saying
compared. I don't think it changes the comparison. It changes whether or not who would find what excitement. But if you ask someone what's your most exciting match, they could name it. You don't have to list me your criteria for me to know which match you choose. Same with any other thing, right? It is what it is. So the excitement part depends on you. But
yeah. I like the fact that I can't when he beat Pacquiao, like when he beat him, like when he beat Dude, even though like he was kind of looking the other way and they're saying it was a sucker punch.
Oh, that sucker punch! Oh, when he did this.
The fight was good up until that point. Yeah. There was some controversy, you know. But like I liked all the fights. I like the style to see like him mastering like okay, he came out with the technique and the game plan, he executed.
I like what you're saying with the liking the fight, but I'm still thinking on that excitement part because I'm looking at excitement as something you will remember. As in, it was so exciting that it's something that you could recall and you could pinpoint and be like, man, you remember how his tactics was? The guy couldn't catch a hit. He had to do dancing all over the place, and maybe that's just every Mayweather fight. So that's why you probably say all about.
For me, the pinnacle of that is obviously gonna be him versus Pacquiao, just because the lead up to it. Everybody and their mama, oh, he ducking Pacquiao. Watch when he get in Pacquiao. Pacquiao is gonna destroy him. He got in the ring. It wasn't even close.
Couldn't do it.
I remember being disappointed for that.
I believe that is huh?
I bought the fight. And I remember being disappointed for that.
Yeah, because are you disappointed because exactly? Are you disappointed because of the outcome? Are you disappointed because Mayweather wasn't like, I'm gonna sit here in this pocket and we're gonna go blow for blow? Like, what was the disappointment?
I don't even want blow for blow. Just excitement. Just something. You know, like you said, Mayweather is a
Question. Chris Furry.
Yeah, it's something. He's tactical, man. Mayweather's gonna win by points. He understands the game. I got it. But I tell you what, this match, Fury and Dionte, Wilder Fury, that's gonna stand out in my mind, like we talked about.
You know, I'm gonna close on this because we get in the weeds, but I find it interesting because to me, it brings up a parallel to basketball. To me, it reminds me of the Warriors area when I would just lock in, and I thought it was very exciting, even before KD came there, and then when KD got there as well. The team defense, the locking down, so the other team's not scoring, and then the ball just moving and clicking. So a lot of people, like we talked about this, is just like, come on, man. It's not even exciting. We already know the outcome. Like,
who said that? Besides
Chris,
Chris.
right there.
I did not say that.
Hey, Cam,
I
said that.
I
You
did
said
not.
that.
I did
Hey,
not say
let's
that.
move on.
But I did not
Yeah,
say that.
let's go.
He said that. I know he said that. I'll put my hand on the block for it all day because I know what I heard.
Just, even if you want to just take it outside of y'all three, but the conversation of like it's too much star power or whatever you want to call it. It's one-sided. That's not exciting to a lot of people for be one-sided.
That's what you're saying.
Right.
Like other teams overmatched.
Yeah, and I'm just saying Mayweather was just that great, like 50-0. No matter who you put in front of him, 50-0.
So I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I'll leave it at this. I think I got the gist of what you're saying. The things that people are excited about is obviously subjective, and what we categorize as good or exciting or great fights may not be because of the sport of boxing. It may be because of maybe the explosion that happened. Maybe it's the knockdowns. Maybe it's all the talk of, or maybe it's just the star power. It could be any multitude of things. But
it's very unique, I think, especially in the sport of boxing, where the difference between somebody who's watching because I really fight, I watch all the fights, and versus like a casual sports fan, like of like basketball or a football game. Yeah. If you don't really watch boxing like that, you looking for something. You looking for blood. Like, you looking for, when is the knockout coming? When is the a casual boxing fan does not want a 12 round split decision. Yeah.
But some of us are okay with that. But yeah, I get your point.
Some of us are okay, but I'm saying like the difference between a casual fan and boxing versus a casual fan in other sports, what you're looking for to call exciting is very different. Like, we would not call a team playing immaculate defense the whole time and running a super efficient offense on basketball and being like, oh, that's boring. They went to the post the whole game. We would never do that.
Well, you just talked about Alabama's game plan, baby. That's how we do every week, except this past one.
Exactly. And they'll never say, all they did was run the ball, right? Or all they did was, throw these deep bombs. Like, we would never say, they stuck to one thing and executed really well. It's boring in all these other sports. But when it comes to boxing, it's like, I ain't see no blood.
Actually, I have heard that argument though, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I've heard someone say basketball being like, oh, all they do is pass the ball around and then someone shoots it. Like, I don't want to watch it. I want to watch someone dunk it. Like, cause they just
ISO
they
ball.
whatever. So I get you. Like, everyone, people who are casual fans, like, they like maybe one aspect or a small sliver of the art of the whatever the sport is, and I get you on that. So yeah, man, that's
not the question though.
That wasn't the question. That's why I was saying, like, how.
But there was no big trilly, because usually a trilly comes with the I won, I lost, I won again. With Mayweather's I won again, I won clear. But a lot of the times I won by more of a margin the second time than I won the first time. It wasn't that drama, there wasn't that excitement, there wasn't that build up. So to me, seeing how he executed these plans against every single and each opponent, despite whether his hand was broken, but despite whether the dude may have had cement in his gloves, like, there was all these storylines you hear over the time, and the man just came out dominant.
I mean, yeah, that's fine, and I think that in the context of is he a technician? He's probably one of the better technicians in boxing history, definitely. But you know, part of the criticism also was he would wait until people are on the downturn as far as their career, and then he'll set that matchup up. He only goes into places where he knows he can win.
Especially in the second half, the latter half of his career.
Yeah,
he was more adventurous earlier.
Back in his fights.
Yeah.
I feel like some of that criticism again was kind of unwarranted, like, especially when it came to the Pacquiao situation, because a lot of that stuff behind the scenes is like, he was ready, he had his plan, these are the splits, this is gonna happen. He calls his shots. He don't got like somebody saying you can fight this, you can't fight that. Another guy might say I want more money, I want this, I want that. I don't want to take this blood test, I don't want to take that. And then would come back like, oh, Mayweather don't want to fight, when all of that had nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
That was really the other camp not coming up to the table and doing what they had to do.
True,
to fight,
but again, I mean, we could get into the weeds, but at the end of the day, I think that there are legitimate criticisms to be had about about Mayweather's career path, and that's totally fine. He's still a technician, but when it comes down, number one, just traditionally, it's very rare that you can match the excitement of heavyweights, because they are heavyweights. Like, there is power in there. There are more susceptible to knockouts. It is, there are technicians we saw with Tyson Fury. We just talked about the dude dancing and feigning.
He was more technical than Dionte Wilder. I don't know if he's a technical fighter.
Right. So in the clinches, one, he's using his body weight. It's a legal thing to do.
Yeah.
But in there, that's what Tyson was like. I don't know if it was Chris or Kev that's talked about it. It's like he's not doing a lot. It's because he's close space, man. So in there, on the outside, you see the hands moving back and forth. He's keeping busy so the ref doesn't break it up too soon.
Yeah.
Every time that hand moves, pop, he's checking Wallet every time. Body checks. Because that was wearing him out. Huh?
Head locking.
Head locking.
Pushing down.
Wait on him.
That's tough not to do when you keep guys down. It's tough.
True.
Something to balance.
Yeah. So I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, if I don't want to take anything away from Tyson Fury saying that he's not technical in the same way that Mayweather's is technical, because I think those
different
are two
weight classes. Heavyweights are less technical overall. You're not gonna expect somebody 200 plus pounds to go 12 rounds.
Well, it's less finesse.
150. No, I'm saying you expect it, but I'm saying not the same way that somebody's 150 pounds is gonna go 12 rounds. It's different weight.
It's super technical though, because of that weight you have to carry for that time and how you use it and manage it. So
and it's still
the technicality will exist in both domains.
Yeah. So yeah, I think at the end of the day, that's the reason why I thought it's probably one of my favorites compared to the Tysons, compared to the Vanders, compared to even Roy Jones. I love the flashiness that Roy Jones, putting his hands down, doing this, you know what I'm saying,
doing all that,
showing this, hitting you with the left, bro, like,
Yep.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. It's exciting, but you know what I'm saying, this is the only time I've ever experienced everything that I would have enjoyed about boxing happened in one match. That's all I was saying. So to me, it puts it high on me for me. So that's kind of what I was getting at with respect to like why I put it up there. So
for sure.
So y'all think this is gonna be a rematch? Another one?
No,
No.
They need to stop. They need to stop.
Close the book on that.
Yeah, Tyson's done with
It's
this.
settled.
He has everything to lose by doing another match. Everything.
Yeah.
I think not only does Tyson have everything to lose, I think Dionte, your career can get a little bit too far. If you just sit here and this is the hill that you're gonna die, you're gonna keep fighting this dude until you win or just keep losing. Like, I don't think that's good for either one of the career at this point.
Gotcha. Okay, so ain't
Unless like maybe like after a couple fights in different ways, like they meet up later. But let's their next fight should not be a rematch. Let me put it that way.
The next
Their
fight should
fight-
yeah.
Gotcha.
I think. Do you guys think that Wilder should have a couple of like a tune-up match to get his confidence back?
Nah.
Really? You think he should go up against a legitimate?
You get your confidence up from a tune-up match?
Yeah.
Would you really? As a boxer, as a fighter, you know what you're stepping in the ring with. If you know you could beat this guy, and you do beat him, will your confidence actually rise after beating the guy you know you would beat?
That's a good question. I think you could ride off of that energy because the crowd is still like, your fans still gonna love it, and I think you can ride off that energy just to get your mental back into it. Maybe
I can see that. I can see that.
And maybe try new techniques because you don't have to worry too much about this guy unless you get caught sleeping.
That makes sense.
If he changes up his technique a little bit, and for that matter, because I mean, come on,
camp is for, man.
I mean, but training camp didn't help him.
Sparring session.
Training camp ain't helping with this.
Yeah, but you fighting the same guy. The other guy trained too. So I think you just need to go to the next fighter, and hopefully that is a better matchup for you. Like, that's just all it is. And if you win that one, that's the confidence booster.
I hear what you guys are saying, but then I think about, and these are two different situations. I think about Ronda Rousey. She was out for a minute, I believe, right, and came back into her sport. Holmes destroyed her, and then she just got demolished by I can't think of her name.
Right. Now she wrestling.
Right? She chased out of the sport. I think she should have had a tune-up. I think the same thing with McGregor. I think he came back and tried to fight somebody legitimate. He wasn't ready. So all the other spot is Tyson. No fights in between. My recommendation would be a tune-up just to try some techniques out, get your mind back right before you go to a legitimate challenger. That's just how I view it.
Gotcha.
I think that's just gonna happen naturally. Like, just because, all right, you lost twice. I think your name got some draw, but it gets funny. We're in an age where the matches are picked, or the money that's paid is picked on the draw. So like, you still lost in a big match, but at the same time, people might be like, I want to fight Fury. Like, Wilder's kind of probably like the less desirable opponent right now. So his next opponent just naturally will probably be somebody that's a little bit, closer to where he is now. Like, his ranking probably fell a little bit. And whoever he matches up, what makes sense is going, like I said before, that's going to be that tune-up match. Is going to be somebody that's on your level. Just naturally. Nobody ever fights below their level.
I disagree with the level thing. I hear what you're saying about ranking, but I think ranking and skill are two different things.
They kind of go together. Like, if your skills show, so for both of them, you have two guys, right? You have Tyson and Fury, and they're kind of on the same level. And actually, you might argue at the time, Wilder had more of a name or whatever. You start fighting, this guy wins, he progress to the next level, and you're kind of like, you kind of go down and away from where you were before, and you have to work your way back up. It's skill is a thing, but it shows that you had some limitation that you couldn't overcome. Still had the same skill set, maybe not, but you plateaued to some degree, and you got to prove that, okay, I'm not just gonna keep sliding until I'm out of here doing wrestling or something. Like,
I think I understand. I get what you're saying, but I think both can exist. Meaning, that ranking system is still be put in place, but you can go get you some unranked matches if you wanted to. I think, and just hone your skills, or like Deuce is mentioning. I don't. That's my guess. I don't know But I
It doesn't
imagine
prove
that's
anything. To
possible.
Kev's point, it don't prove nothing.
It
If
doesn't.
he goes beats Joe Schmo, like what does that prove? That don't put him
doesn't-
closer to being higher in the field. Like it.
It doesn't, but if you want to work on your skill set, work on your skill set.
That's what sparring is in training camp. That's what I'm saying.
The sparring didn't help him
We're
with
gonna go long in
Tyson, though,
circles on
man.
it, but
Yeah.
Tyson also sparred, so you got somebody that has your number. You spar, they spar. You spar, they spar. Y'all did a 2 out of 3. He won a 2 out of 3. They won. He won.
Like
Like they
the
got.
same as getting hit in the ring, man. Like it's two different things. Because when you're training, you need to stay healthy so you can make it to that match.
Gotcha.
I ain't never sparred. So I don't know. I ain't gonna say that.
He going for a big match, man. He's not gonna go with no.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for at least what the commentary is saying. The people who know the sport and out there, he's gonna look for someone with a championship belt who is in that category, and he's gonna try again because at the end of the day, he lost very respectably. I would say he lost in a way that I still might want to fight this guy because his determination, his will, and his heart and his toughness showcased tremendously in that match. So at the end of the day,
he lost, but he could have won.
he lost, but he could have won.
Fury just showed a weakness in his game. Now he could go on and say, you know what, this guy figured that out, and maybe nobody else will. That's another alternative.
And that's why you need to have the next match of somebody on your level. That's all I kept saying. Like
I think his mental could be helped with the tune-up. Is all I'm saying. Because getting beat. So if I'm the man, and this dude come up, Tyson does not look like he's in shape.
Dude,
Tyson is not like shape.
I agree with you, though, but at the same time, I'm just thinking about this ain't basketball. This is a fight. You know what I mean? This is blows. Like I'm not gonna gain any confidence by me like. I said I'm fighting a really short guy. I could just stick my hand on and hold his hand, and he just swinging like this and missing.
I'm not saying that bad.
I'm not saying that bad, but I'm just saying I'm gonna get confidence from that. Like ha ha ha! Look at me pulling this little guy out here like he can't even punch me. Like I'm a big guy. I expect to be able to dominate him that way. So I'm just like, just a personal thing. My confidence, it will be falsely grown for like 2 seconds, and as soon as that high will go up, and I'll be like, man, that crap wasn't worth nothing.
So that was my take on it. You know, he could use maybe a mental tune-up, but what you guys are saying too could be right. He showed a lot of heart in this last match, so maybe he does need it. This needs to get back out there, recover, get healthy, and take on the next challenger. I can see both.
And to be honest, if we want to throw in what we talked about earlier, what is his confidence level if he's like, I lost this fight, but my hand was broken?
Better than his confidence level. I lost this fight because I wore a heavy Halloween costume.
Exactly. He wore the heavy Halloween costume, and he still came back and fought. Like all the memes, all that, he still got back in that ring.
Hey, he did. So, all right, man. Let's put a pin in that one, man. I didn't know the rematch was gonna be that long of exhaustive of an explanation, man. Y'all be talking, man. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Deuce, you got something for us, a factoid? If so, then
you know I do, man. You know I do.
All right, well, Kev, let's kick it off with you, man. What you got something to say for the people?
Man, keep it short. Keep it short. Thank y'all for tuning in. You already know what we have to do. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help us out. And tune in for the next episode, man. Like Chris always said, we here every Tuesday. We in here.
Cool. Reg, what you got?
Thank y'all for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. If you like the fight, let us know what you thought about the fight actually in the comment section. Listen to it on the Spotify or Anchor, wherever you can find us, and share your thoughts with us. That's it.
Cool. All right, Deuce, you up, man. Don't have nothing too corny. You probably, you know what? If it's about Auburn, it's probably great. But go ahead. What you got?
First of all, you know what? To all those Auburn and Georgia fans, I can't stand y'all. Y'all been blowing my phone up. Don't like any of y'all. Y'all family, I'm disowning you. Your friends, I ain't talking to you no more. All right, so I'm gonna stick with winning colors. Crimson, kind of red. Chris, your favorite team, San Fran.
We're not crimson, but go ahead.
It's the colors. I just said the spectrum. Okay. Did you know that former 49er quarterback great Steve Young is the great grandson of Brigham Young?
I don't even know who Brigham Young is.
Brigham Young University, BYU.
BYU is the
Okay.
university
Woman.
Steve Young went to.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I didn't know that either. It's pretty interesting. Like, I was wondering why he went there because he was a prodigy coming into college, but makes sense now.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
So
I
you
know
got-
he's a.
He got grandfathered in to his grandfather's university.
Legacy, baby,
Quarterback.
legacy.
Hey, maybe if your grandfather had their own university, you probably get grandfathered in too. You be like, hey man, I already got a college full ride. My name
yeah.
Etty.
Hey, you know what?
You know my name.
If your grandfather was Deanza, would you guys go to Deanza College instead of the colleges y'all went to?
Hell yeah. Free tuition.
Mm-hmm.
Who gonna fail me, baby?
I'll be like, my name university. My name MIT. Last name MIT.
Yo, why
My
not?
last name Harvard.
Yeah, that bill. Hey, they like, yo, fact check that. Fact check that. Where's your
Oh,
Ancestry.com report?
I know. Hey, so the servers are down, just like the ice cream machine at McDonald's. Don't check it.
I like Facebook a couple of days ago.
Ooh. Hey
Mm.
man, do y'all think it was a setup with the whistleblower?
Hey, maybe.
Conspiracy? No.
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know nothing, dog.
Oh, okay.
Who knows?
That's a good stance right there, right?
I know what I know, and that ain't one of them.
No, he ain't saying he know. He ain't saying he don't know. He
He
just
know
saying he
nothing.
don't want to tell nobody.
I know nothing.
Ooh. Hey man, Facebook ain't gonna come after you, man. It's okay. So, anything else, man? I mean, there was a better one of your better ones. Anything else you wanna add or?
That's man. One episode, man. Everybody else
All right.
said everything. Love the fans. Keep coming, man. We love y'all. And we hope you like the content that we're giving you. If not, let us know.
Cool.
Please.
Awesome. And then this is Chris Fury, champion of podcasts and all things basketball. But like, subscribe. Thank you for joining. Let us know what you think about the fights, man. You know what I'm saying? Go Texas A&M. We here. We are here.
Wow.
We are here. I've always been a fan
We
of
are
Texas.
here.
I've always been a fan of
We.
Texas A&M.
Yo,
since
and that's the
Manziel.
exit.
You sent them a tuition check?
Dude,
City
get up and walk away.
You don't even know what city is in.
Texas
City.
is
What
in
city
Texas.
is it in?
It's in
What city is it in?
Texas. Don't worry about it. Texas
What's
represent. We represent all of
Where?
Texas. Texas.
What?
We all
I'll give you.
here. We all
I'll give you a
here.
tip. It starts with a C.
We all here. It doesn't matter. Like
it's
me
not what I
knowing
see.
things don't make me don't make me
Wow.
more credible. It's just
You should know where You should know where the rest of the head at least.
it doesn't matter, man. We all over the world, Kev. Texas
Listen,
A&M is all
some
over.
people-
We global. Texas A&M Aggies are global.
Some people are not sure what state Milwaukee's in, but they still ride for them Bucks. That's all I'm saying.
That's a good save,
That's
Rick.
true. That's
That
true.
was nice, bro.
That's true.
So
This is college though.
it's-
Come on,
it's-
man.
It's okay. Texas A&M, we are in here. You know what I'm saying? So
We-
stand up.
We don't even know what city we in, but we in here.
It's global.
We don't know where we
It's
at, but
global.
we in here.
We, as in the human race, as in the global humans. Global humans.
Global.
We are here. So
Hey,
don't
listen, first of all, stop pushing that narrative. We don't know if it's a globe or not.
all the earth, whether it's flat, round, or orthogonal.
Oh,
like,
that's really inclusive of you, Chris.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Yo, we don't do that. Don't let the people think that we out here throwing
I'm
out
just-
crazy theories.
just saying. So
Oh, man.
yeah, man. So I'm happy. I'm happy that we're prospering. So other than that, man, excited to see more football. Glad we got some good boxing. NBA's coming back up. So we're gonna be talking about that
For
soon.
the time.
Thanksgiving coming, so we may do another draft. I'm gonna win again. Yeah, I mean, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and until next time, guys, deuce.
Peace.